Construction, it's the backbone of our cities, towns, and infrastructure. It's the silent force that shapes our skylines and builds the spaces where we live, work, and play. From the tallest skyscrapers to the smallest homes, construction is the foundation of our modern world. We see those cranes reaching for the sky, lifting tons of materials with precision and strength. They are the mechanical giants that make the impossible possible, towering over our cities as symbols of progress and innovation. And then there are those hard-working men and women transforming blueprints into reality. They are the heart and soul of the construction industry, working tirelessly day in and day out, often in challenging conditions, to bring architectural visions to life. But behind the visible progress lies an undeniable truth. Construction is one of the most dangerous jobs out there. The risks are not just part of the job, they are a constant presence, lurking in every corner of the construction site. Every day, construction workers face a complex web of hazards, from towering heights to heavy machinery, from unseen electrical currents to hazardous materials. The risks are ever present. Each task they undertake carries its own set of dangers, requiring vigilance and expertise to navigate safely. These men and women brave these risks, not because they are fearless, but because they are essential. They build our homes, our schools, and the very infrastructure that supports our daily lives. Their work is a testament to human resilience and ingenuity. They construct our hospitals, the very structures that keep us safe and healthy. Without their dedication and hard work, our communities would lack the essential facilities we often take for granted. But who keeps them safe? Who ensures that these essential workers can return home to their families at the end of each day? It's a question that demands our attention and action. That's a question we all need to ask, and more importantly, answer. Safety protocols, training, and awareness are crucial, but they are only part of the solution. We must foster a culture of safety that permeates every level of the construction industry. It's time we shed light on the hazards these essential workers face, and together, find ways to make their jobs safer. By prioritizing their safety, we honor their contributions and ensure that the backbone of our cities remains strong and resilient. Construction sites are dynamic environments, constantly buzzing with activity and change. They are constantly changing as the project progresses, which means the risks are constantly evolving too. Every day brings new challenges and potential hazards that workers must navigate. What was a clear path yesterday might be a trench today, and what was a pile of lumber this morning could be a wall frame by the afternoon. The landscape of a construction site is in a perpetual state of flux, making it a challenging environment to work in. The work itself often requires workers to operate at heights, handle heavy materials, and use powerful tools and machinery. These tasks demand not only physical strength but also a high level of skill and concentration. Add to that the unpredictable weather conditions, the often tight deadlines, and the sheer physicality of the job, and you have a recipe for potential hazards. Rain, wind, and extreme temperatures can all impact the safety and efficiency of a construction site. It's not about blaming anyone or pointing fingers, it's about understanding the inherent nature of this essential industry. Safety protocols and training are crucial, but they can only go so far in mitigating the risks. Construction will always have its risks, but our goal should be to minimize them, to send every worker home safe, every single day. By fostering a culture of safety and vigilance, we can make a significant difference in the lives of those who build our world. Let's talk about the hazards themselves. Some of the most common dangers on construction sites include falls from heights. Whether it's from scaffolding, roofs, ladders, or unstable platforms, falls are a leading cause of injuries and fatalities in construction. Then there's the heavy machinery, cranes, bulldozers, excavators. These powerful machines are essential to the job but require skilled operators and vigilant awareness from everyone on site. Accidents involving these machines can be catastrophic. And let's not forget about the unseen hazards. Electrical lines, trenches that could collapse, silica dust from cutting concrete, asbestos in older buildings. These hazards might not be as obvious as a fall from a roof, but they are just as deadly. We can talk about statistics and regulations, but sometimes real-life stories hit home harder. I've met families who have lost loved ones in construction accidents. I've seen the devastation in their eyes, the questions that linger long after the investigation is over. A young apprentice, just starting his career, falls from a ladder that wasn't properly secured. An experienced foreman is crushed by a piece of equipment that wasn't properly maintained. These aren't just numbers, they are human beings, sons, daughters, parents, friends. Every time safety is compromised, it's not just a statistic, it's a life forever changed, a family torn apart. These stories should remind us why safety is not just a box to be ticked, but a value to be lived by every minute of every workday. Now for the good news. While we can't eliminate all risks in construction, we can certainly mitigate them. The construction industry is inherently risky, but with the right measures in place, we can significantly reduce the chances of accidents and injuries. This requires a comprehensive approach that involves everyone on the site, from the top executives to the newest workers. It starts with a commitment to safety from the top down. Leadership must prioritize safety and set the tone for the entire organization. When leaders are visibly committed to safety, it sends a powerful message to everyone else. Construction companies, project managers, supervisors, they all have a responsibility to create a culture where safety is paramount. This means not just talking about safety, but actively demonstrating it through their actions and decisions. Regular safety meetings, clear communication, and leading by example are key components. We need to make sure workers have the right personal protective equipment for the job, and that they are trained to use it properly. PPE is the last line of defense against hazards, so it's crucial that it fits well and is used correctly. Harnesses, hard hats, safety glasses, gloves, steel-toed boots, these aren't just accessories, they are lifesavers. Each piece of PPE is designed to protect against specific hazards, and using them correctly can mean the difference between a minor incident and a major injury. Regular equipment inspections and maintenance are crucial. Ensuring that all machinery and tools are in good working order can prevent accidents before they happen. This includes everything from heavy machinery to hand tools. A faulty brake on a crane or a frayed electrical cord can have dire consequences. Regular checks and prompt repairs are essential to keep the site safe. It's about being proactive rather than reactive, and let's not underestimate the importance of proper training. Training should be ongoing and cover all aspects of safety, from the correct use of PPE to emergency procedures. Every worker needs to understand the hazards they face and how to work safely. This knowledge empowers them to make safer choices and look out for their colleagues. A well-trained workforce is a safer workforce. But safety goes beyond just ticking boxes and following regulations. It's about creating a culture where everyone on the site feels empowered to speak up if they see something unsafe. No one should be afraid to say, "Hey, that ladder doesn't look secure," or "I need a harness for this job." A strong safety culture means looking out for each other. It means taking the time to do a job right, even if it means delaying a deadline. It means never compromising safety for the sake of speed or budget. Safety should be the first topic of every toolbox talk, the first consideration before starting any task. It's about changing the mindset from getting the job done to getting the job done safely. Regulations often get a bad rap, but in construction, they are essential. They are the minimum standards designed to prevent accidents and save lives. Building codes, OSHA regulations, safety guidelines, they might seem like a hassle, but they exist for a reason. These regulations cover everything from fall protection to trenching and excavation, from electrical safety to handling hazardous materials. They provide a framework for safe work practices and help create a level playing field for contractors. Of course, regulations are only effective if they are enforced. That's why it's important to have qualified safety professionals on site, conducting inspections and ensuring compliance. Knowledge is power, especially when it comes to safety. Every construction worker, from the laborer to the site manager, needs proper training. Training programs should cover hazard identification, safe work practices, emergency procedures, and the use of PPE. But training shouldn't be a one-time event. Refresher courses, on-the-job training, and toolbox talks are essential for reinforcing safe work habits and addressing new hazards that may arise. And let's not forget about the importance of language accessibility. Construction sites are increasingly diverse, so training materials and communication should be available in languages that workers understand. Safety in construction is not just the responsibility of the employer or the safety officer, it's a shared responsibility. Every worker has a role to play in keeping themselves and their colleagues safe. This means being aware of your surroundings, identifying potential hazards, and taking the necessary precautions. It means speaking up if you see something unsafe and refusing to take shortcuts that could put yourself or others at risk. Construction is a tough job, no doubt about it, but it doesn't have to be a dangerous one. By working together, by prioritizing safety, and by never compromising on the well-being of our workforce, we can build a safer future for everyone in construction. Because at the end of the day, everyone deserves to go home safe.